Um, yeah, thank you for starting the recording. So yeah, next week will be more of like a project phase where most of what you've learned so far, you're able to put it, practicalize it, and put it into practice. So yeah, so today and tomorrow, after today, tomorrow will be the final teaching week or period, whatever the case may be. I hope you guys are excited about that. So like your career or your journey to product management has already kicked off. Like the moment you signed up for this boot camp or this class or this program, just know that you've started the career. Product management is not something you do. Let me just say this: it's not like a random course or is something of the side or something random. It's something that you do like and that will feed you. If you plan to do it for a long while, it's something that will feed you. It's a career. It's something that you'll be proud of when you look back at how long you've come in your life. So don't think that this is just you doing something else. It's just taking an elective course in the university or something else. I'm really sure for you, those of you that may have graduated, I'm sure you're not even practicing what you studied in school, but you can practice product management after taking this course, and it will help you like it will feel fulfilled still because there is money in it. Although there's a lot of stress and maybe by not seeing the money yet, but there's a lot of money in product management, and just take it seriously. And if it's really what you want to pursue, and I'm sure for you, there's been a lot of evictions throughout the weeks you've been learning, and for you to be here throughout to the ending, to the last, last week of learning, it would be sad if you just straight on away and say, you don't, oh, well, yeah, dreams can change, can decide to do something else, but it just be sad if you just decide to pursue product management and just keep it one side without putting in more effort, keep upskilling yourself and keep learning too, because learning does not end here. Although this gives you a basic understanding about product management, but you still need to keep learning and practicing and build this stuff. I mean, you're already in the right path, and with more conviction and with your conviction and your strength and your smart and hard work, you will definitely succeed. Yeah, so enough of my tech talk. Let's jump right into it. So, what is prioritization? So, prioritization is the process by which potential development items are ranked in order of importance. In terms of project management, this means determining which themes, initiatives, features, or features should get slotted into the product roadmap and the next set of upcoming product releases. So, as product manager, you know that you're in charge of the product backlog. And again, I think I mentioned it the other day that you're not the only person in charge of features. If I'm in many cases, which is even many of the like it's in most cases, not just in Nigeria but around the world, you get a lot of features from your CEO or from other team members or from the marketing team or other team like or just a random team member that just wants that just has an idea that will improve your product. So yeah, so prioritization helps you to rank your the features, the ideas, the tasks that have to be done um, in order to achieve the goal of your product or project, in whichever case. So, product prioritization is a strategy used to decide what products, features, or initiatives product management and engineering teams should work on first. Each product prioritization decisions compare customer needs, business goals, and the team constraints to decide what work to to prioritize. So again, as the product manager, you're in the intersection of I'm sure you've had this multiple times, intersection of business and technology and user experience. So this just put it into perspective. So you have to put your customer in focus that like you have to keep them informed in view for any decision you make, including prioritizing any feature tasks for a product. But then again, you have business objectives. Like there's some things that your company wants to achieve with your product, and you need to also keep it in mind when making choices with your product. And then your team too, the engineering team, the technology is also important that because they're the one that is going to be building the stuff. So you cannot just and prioritize without taking into consideration the velocity of each team member and the general team at once on a particular feature or task to be worked on to be built. So prioritization just it helps to look into all these facets that surrounds a particular feature or product or task and helps make the right decision um, that will for that your goal or to ensure that there is always progress in what you're building. So your team can't do everything at the same time. So some updates have to take precedence over others. Deciding what to work on is challenging, but applying a consistent product prioritization process eliminates the guesswork. So yeah, that's why this topic is very important. So you don't just think, so you just don't do your own and then going through your head and be like, okay, this feature is important. We start doing timbon, doing guesswork to know, okay, if they do this, do that, do that. Although, I mean, it's good work, so I don't let me eliminate that, but it's not a very good practice of a good product manager. So you don't necessarily do guesswork when deciding which feature to build. So prioritization and the framework daring helps you eliminate guesswork and make sure that whatever you're doing, like is important to your end goal of of the project or product or whatever or what you're trying to achieve. So that's basically what prioritization is like basically. So let's go to why we prioritize. I think and I've mentioned part of it there. So prioritization is absolutely essential for product teams and to product development. Choosing the right high priority can feel daunting, but for a successful launch, it has to be done. Here I say prioritization might just be the most crucial job product management does it. I mean, you can argue about that, but it's very crucial. So, because of the relatively endless set of possible items the product development could implement, determining which items in the product backlog actually gets worked on plays an essential part in the project's overall success, growth, application, and personality. Oh, this might look like random and simple. You might think that this is simple or easy to do, or just something that shouldn't bother a product manager, but you'll be there, John, because when you're building a very important product or a feature, or even when you're building an important product self that will impact users, even for a group of users or the general public, there are features that are absolutely essential that it's difficult for you to just say, let's keep this one, let's keep this one. These are there are basic features or basic things that need to be built. So, and then it might be like, okay, which one should I go first with? And this is why prioritization is very helpful because when you look at two high priority features and then it says there that choosing which product gets worked on first is essential for a product success, growth, and social versatility. So when you choose a feature, when you make the right choice, you see that it pushes the needle for your product. You see that there is progress and people, and your product is more likely to be accepted when when it's eventually launched, or even within your internal team too. So I know your team members or stakeholders might have different ideas on what needs to be worked on first, which feature needs to be built first. But the problem is it's your job to um, tell them, explain to them of why you think that's not the case and why each feature should be built. And you see that and when you finally have your way and they accept and you guys and then you follow your routes, your prioritization technique and they build the feature you've outlined first. You will see that when you now present it, because again, agile methodology, which is what most teams use, ensures that at the end of each sprint, a working software is built. So you see that when you build a feature and you show it to your stakeholders, and then you explain how what you've already built, what you've currently built supports already existing features that have already been built, and how it is important that that feature that you say should come first, came first before any other, and then they see it, and then um, they now understand better on why you decided to make that move or why that feature was important to you first. You see that there's this kind of level of confidence they'll have in you, and the trust they'll have in you that it should no longer be an issue again when you want to build a feature. They'll be like, um, she's he or she, I think it's everybody has a she. So she's very good at what she does. She knows how to prioritize. So I won't want to argue with her. Let her do it her way. Let her prioritize the features exactly as she wants. Let's not have any back and forth. She's done it before, and I think doing it again, she'll be very, very good at it. So again, what helps with this is the techniques you've used. You didn't do a guesswork to arrive at the feature to build first. You've gone through a number or just one product prioritization technique, and it has worked out for you. And you see that at the end of it all, both your stakeholders, your team, and even your users will be happy that this particular feature came out at this point in time because that's what they needed at that point in time. So it's important that we prioritize and we keep prioritization at the mind at our hearts while making product decisions on what to get built. So since product development is have limited resources and there are only so many things that can be worked on at once, the organization must determine which projects make it to the top of the list based on their overall impact and strategic goals. That also means that certain items are removed from consideration and not pegged for future work at all. Again, you will get tons of future requests, even from customers self. And then I always say every customer request is not a feature to build. So whenever you're getting your request for features or whatever to build, it's important that you use prioritization techniques and then you now applying it. Okay, this one gets this, this one gets this, and then you be like, nah, this is a low priority, low effort, low impact feature, so it's not going to get built. So um, prioritization helps in all of these decisions. It helps you make the right decision that for your products, for your user, and for your business objectives altogether. So now doesn't have types of prioritization frameworks. So there are different frameworks for project managers that project managers use for prioritization. But today we look at just four. So the first one here is the Moscow method. So known as the Moscow prioritization, I don't know, some call it Moscow, or whatever. But yeah, Moscow. I know many of you know Moscow is the capital of Russia. So but whatever the case. But then some just spell it as MSCW. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen some people spell it like that, but it's probably not as the Moscow method. So that's the Moscow prioritization technique or analysis. Moscow is a method commonly used in agile project management to understand what's important and what's not. It's a particularly useful tool for communicating to stakeholders what you're working on and why. So for Moscow, we have four you see if you look at that, you see that there are four capital letters there. So you have the M, you have the S, you have the C, and you have the W. These are what you should take note of in this framework. So the M is a must-have. So the must-have is absolutely vital requirement. These are features that have to be built. Without it, your product cannot work. For example, without a sign-in or login feature, Twitter cannot work, Instagram cannot work, but WhatsApp can work without a signing feature. I would say a signing feature, but um, does not have the signing feature. I think it's just put in your number, and then does it function as a signing feature? I don't think it's necessary. Or YouTube, a signing feature is not important for YouTube. With YouTube, you can just download the app and start watching video. So a signing so must have is thing that has to be important for any product to even be a product. Like it has to be there. Without it, you've not built the product you want to build. So example I made, the sign in or login page or feature is very, very important for many social media applications because you need it before you can use the application. So we have that. So the S there is the it should have. And these are high priority features. Like these are features that you have to build. You have to, it's like you have to build them. If you don't build them, um, the users will probably not gain your, like the man should have anything useful or gain anything with your product. Your product might just be something that is wasting their time. So these are features that have to be there to enable your users to use your products effectively. So keep it in mind that anytime you're making your prioritizing, that you should know should have features. Should have features and not an afterthought because of you have a must have. That you have a must have doesn't mean that should have is not important. It's equally as important as a must have. So you should endeavor to build it. So I don't so this helps you so you don't just carry a could have feature and put in a should have, or carry a should have feature, put in a could have. So let it be known that the should have feature has to be built. Why it might not be built, it might not be the first or second or third thing to build. Let it be that in your roadmap that it is always next. That whatever that is in your next column in your roadmap, it should be a should have feature. Now, so we have apologies. So we have could have. These are possible optional features. Those are features that are very important, but not really important. Like they're important for your product. You will need them because they can help with retention. They can help with paying customers. They can help with active usage. They can help with higher subscription. They can help with a lot of things. Um, but they are not the main things that pushes this stuff. These are just things that helps other features that you already built to keep on functioning, to keep being important as it is. So you could build them, you could not build them. You just have to wait. Again, look at the constraint, engineering constraint, or business objectives and customer. Um, and most of this could have mostly for customers do. So most that's where many could have features are. So you just put them there and uh, look at a lot of stuff, do a lot of analysis, and then make the decision on whether to go with it or not. So it's an important feature, but you have to make the decision. Do we really need to do this now or not? So once you've made that decision, you now drop it. So yeah, that's it about your should have. Then your won't have is not important, it's not necessary. So it's not going to get built. So these are maybe things that some stakeholders personally love and they want it to be implemented because they think it's going to be important, but it's not going to be built because it is not going to do anything for your products. So you put it there, won't have. So, but again, let me make it clear that it's important that you note that for this presentation technique, you don't use like you have to be smart enough to know which technique to use for which feature or which project you're using. You don't use all of them at the same time or use them randomly. You have to make a decision. Like for Moscow now, you say okay, Moscow, you can use it for high level features and or high level features. And we have or epics in this case. Then the rest you can now use it for maybe for user stories. Because this is very important. Um, maybe use rice, which we're going to, or others that we might be going to now use it for them. So what I'm trying to say is that for any feature you're trying to build, any task that you're trying to get built, or you're going to work on, be smart enough to know which prioritization technique would work. All of them will not make sense for every task. So very important that you know not to misplace it because yeah, you know most car is a prioritization technique. Now let me use it and prioritize these features. You might be going astray. So just be smart about it and whatever you do. So we have the RISE and method. RISE basically means R for reach, I for impact, C for confidence, and E for effort. So this is also is scoring technique. So here you study how many customers will use a particular feature product. That is the reach. How far we this feature reach? Like how many customers, how many users will it be impacting? As some features that in many apps that are not important, like Twitter Blue is a feature, but I don't use it. So and a lot of people don't use it. So you need to know, and there's not even available in a lot of countries. So you need to know the reach of the feature, of how many customers going to potentially use it, like, or you plan to target it to. So this is very so it's very so this helps. So you need to know, you need to study how many customers will use a particular feature of the product, then the impact it will have on the business objectives. So for this feature of building, how will it impact my business? Will it bring in more money? Will it bring in more customers? Will it make people use our app more or my products more? Will it or will it even make people run away from my product? So you have to create devil advocate in this case. So you know the impact of that particular feature. And then the feature that you have on the business objective, and then your confidence level of the success of the products. Now you need to also have confidence in the product. Like this is you. You've done your research. You've carried out market research analysis and customer analysis, and you have your data. So you should have a confidence in the particular feature you're trying to build, and then it helps with in this technique. And then the effort, the effort it will require for your team to build the feature and then analyze and right. So then the E for effort. So I just know the effort that it should take your team members to build a product or a feature. So this is very diverse. You need to know how many people is reaching, the impact is going to have your business, the confidence level you have in the future, and then the effort is going to take to build the feature. Again, let me make it clear that development is not ABC or 1, 2, 3. You might peg a sprint, or yeah, take a sprint like a sprint, might peg that 2 weeks or 4 weeks. You'll be surprised that that feature will take 3 months. Something you say will take 1 month, it should take 3 months, and how it will happen to confuse you. So you need to know the velocity of your team, the effort that it will require, and communicate it to your team member, your engineers. Let them give you genuine insight on how it will take, or how it will, or how long it will take to build the feature. Again, so the rise is the rise again. I mentioned that it's a scoring method. So you need to determine the rise score. Now for the R is the reach, how many customers is the feature. If it's 5,000 customers, you will note it down. Then impact on the business objective. So you need to put it on the scale of 1 to 5. How will it impact the business? 5 being 5 being very impressive, 1 being not that important. So not that very great. And then 4 is also good. 3 is just I think when we talk about an NPS, net promoter score, I think we have evangelists. I do have the from 7 to 10 people that will preach about your good your product. 5 to 6, 8 to 10, then 5 to 7 are people that probably their drawbacks. I've forgotten how they want to share people that will definitely kill your business. So again, one boy about the reference to NPS score is kind of have similarity with your impact score when grading a particular feature. So that you need to outline 1 to 5. How will it impact the business? 5 good, 1 not too much, and then write it down. Then your confidence level, it has to be in percentage. How confident are you in this feature? Is it a 50% confident? Are you 50% confident in this feature? Okay. Are you 80%? Are you 40% confident in this feature or product? You write in a percentage. So 80% is a good score, 50% not so good. So you write it down, and then the effort it should take to build that you take your team to build um, a product. Just write it in numbers. 1 to 100. You you note you notice that Lola, can you mute your mic? Or do you have anything to say? Okay, yeah. So again, then how do you calculate this score? You multiply your reach versus your impact versus your confidence level, then divide it by the efforts it will take to build um, it to build the feature. It will not give you your right score. So once you do this mathematics and the score is high, then you should be confident in the future and then go ahead and build. Anywhere from 70 and above is a good score. So you now know where to prioritize it as. Okay, let me put it. So once you have 70 above, so for each feature that you build, there are different percentages that you have, or different score, different score you have. So you have 90, you have 80, you have 70. So you now like list them like I said, the higher the score, the better. So the higher this is the score of the feature is, you put it. So this one has 90% score, you put it as number. This one has 91, this one has 89, you put it, this one has 70, you put it. So it helps you, this step helps you apply the features to build based on the right score, which will reach the impact because of the effort. And then um and then you go ahead and build as your high score has declared. So the next one we have here is the impact efforts matrix. So this method tends to plot tasks on a matrix with two axes, a level of impact and the level of effort. So you just draw a line, a vertical line and a horizontal line. So vertical should be effort matrix, and horizontal should impact axis, or activity, or you can transform them, not very sure. So yeah, so here you combine the effort taken to complete a task to its impact and prioritize it accordingly. So again, these are just the two things you have to take notes: impact and efforts it should take to build um the product. So we've talked about impact and effort. So remember, for us, apart aside impact and effort, we have confidence and the reach. The confidence on the feature and the reach of the feature to take into account. So it's different from this one. So, but for this impact effort matrix, you just take a look at only the impact and the efforts to take to build the feature before you build. So it's again, while they're similar, this one just it's just particular about what to do. So yeah, then you go into your axis, you have low impact, low effort axis, low you have high impact, low effort masses, high impact, high effort masses, low impact, high effort masses, and low impact, low effort masses. So axis. So these are four different axes. When you draw um, um, a line, a vertical and horizontal line crossing each other. You have left, upper, the top left, the top right, top bottom, bottom left, bottom right. So these are the four different answers. So you label one, the one will have a matrix will have each artist will have a matrix. So high impact the effort again, which is quick. So if a feature falls into high impact effort, is a quick win. So it's a feature that needs to be built right away. So go ahead and build it. So if it's a high impact feature and a high effort feature. So high impact it is going to impact your business very, very well. And then the effort is very high. So you need to build the feature is very going to be very tough for developers. So it's not something you rush and do, just like a low effort but high impact feature is. So for a high impact low effort this thing, you need to just do it right away so you can just clear it off the way and keep it aside so that your developers can go into that. So this is very, very helpful. So you need to again this you have in this case you have to take note of your the velocity of your engineering to the development team, and then your business objectives. These are basically what you're looking at in this case. So the impact and the effort. So again, so it's going to impact your business very, very good, and it will not take too much time or too much effort for your engineering team to build it. Okay, yeah, like this is very, very great for you as a product manager. Okay, yes, you are going to do it right away. So just put it in your project backlog. Number one thing to do. High impact, high effort. You take a step back. Um, since this will take too much time, but it's very, very important. It has a high impact on our business. How do we go about it? So you just talk to your engineering team better, and let you guys come to understanding how you can go better around it, and then you now do it. Then low impact, high effort. So this is as good as don't even build, because again, if it's going to stress engineers and it's not going to add anything important to the business, it will impact the business in a very great way. Why should I do this? So it says delay action as much as possible, except it's about security and compliance. So again, there's some things you have to do in your product. And we know when we talk about disaster and writing business rule. So if this very business rule comes into play, so we have a business rule and be like, this has to be built. This is from the government. This is from regulation. This and that. This thing has to be in our application, although it does not serve us. It does not affect our business in any way, but it is mandated that we do this. So you now do it. For example, almost like this NIN message, that's where you call an MTN line or any line, you return NIN. It might not even move the needle for MTN in any way. I don't know. I don't see how telling customers to sell NIN in return have such a high impact on your business objectives. But again, the government wants it to be built. So that might even be a high effort for the team, for the giants and intent to build, and then no impact on their business. But then again, they need to comply to it because maybe government have told them, government have told all MTN numbers to go and register. So, and then government like, took them to spread it to their customers. So, I mean, I'm just giving it as an example. It might not be the case. I'm giving it as an example as from an outside point of view. I don't want to enter. I don't know a if it's a low impact feature for them. But I'm just saying from my own POV. So that could be something like that. So again, except it's about security and compliance, a very, very important thing that is outside your hand that you have to do then. Go ahead and build it. Then you have the low impact low effort. So this is basically like, okay, this is really important. Let's not put ourselves and build it. So you just thought it out. Yeah, so come to the last one, the Kanu method. So here, stories, features, or tasks are classified into one mandatory or threshold features, linear performance, and then delighters or exciters. So the delighters, these are features that customers will perceive as great above and beyond their expectations. So like those things that you do, like yeah, those extra things you give your customers to make them happy, to make them want to keep using your product or to make them come back. Can literally not even, I don't know, not even come back, but they definitely come back. Like this it's just those things that you just make your customer extremely happy. I'm thinking of a kind of a delighter that I don't know, I'm just telling again, one thing about this all these features is that a delighter can even become a um um can even become a mandatory feature as time goes on. So that there's some that there's many features we've had on our phones, on some apps that we use that are like as that's when they were built. But now they are now important for us. They are now maybe mandatory threshold I mean the performance features for us. I no longer like that because if your computer does not have this feature, then sorry for them, I'm not going. So yeah, so these kind of things, kind of changes as time goes on. But yeah, the like that is just something that you do to make your customers very, very, very happy and make them stay. So yeah, so again, these are things that will differentiate you from your competition. So again, so when the competition see that you have this kind of stuff, for example, stories. I think which app has stories first? Was it Instagram or something? And then Facebook immediately copied it. then WhatsApp copied this first, and then Facebook went ahead. Now almost every application have a story feature. So as at when the feature came out like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they were delighters for a lot of people. But now it's more just like has to be mandatory. There has to be story features. Although I think Twitter brought fleets at the point in time, but which is like a story, but they discarded it because it didn't do enough. It didn't push the needle for them, and then they came up with spaces, which I think is very, very brilliant. So it can do itself. Other app in the future might start to build their own spaces too. And before you know it, it's no longer going to be a delight that it's now mandatory for other apps to have this kind of feature. So again, yeah. So that's what delight has do is distribution it from the competition until your commission start copying it, and then everybody has the feature, and there's no good delight that is now a mandatory feature. So yeah, that's what happens here. And then how the performance features and customers respond well to high investment in performance features. So features that you built that makes using your application very, very seamless. Like um the application is your products, your products know how to use because of these features you've built in your product. So customers respond well to it and they're happy like you have this feature. And yeah, and you keep them. So performance features are very, very important features. Uh, and are very, very important features here. And I had a mandatory feature. So the minimum expected by customers to solve their problems. Without this, the product is basically useless. Then again, so this wants to look like the Moscow method. But one thing with the Kali method that is very customer facing, like it's all about it's mostly about your customers who perceive than actual customers or users. That's what kind of well, most of it looks at both business objectives and others and a lot of other stuff to come to a conclusion on the must have feature and the should have feature or that feature, blah blah blah. Or if you look at competitors, but Kali method is mostly about um, customers. So the main idea behind the Kali model is that if you focus on the features that come under these three brackets, the higher your level of customer satisfaction will be. To find out how customers value certain feature, use questionnaire asking how the experiences of the product will change with or without them. So again, um, once you build a feature, you need to also ask questions about how the features are impacting the way they use your products. Is it important to them? Is it necessary to them? Or whatever the case may be. So um, and that's an important note to make. But what we're trying to say here is that for the academic method, it is mostly customer facing, and there are three features you need to put in mind: mandatory features, performance features, and delighters. So delighters to help customers stay with you. Again, like I mentioned earlier, why you have to be smart not to use all these features at the same time. You can use two or one or two or more for a particular feature or product, but it's not going to be necessary to use all of them. You can also use one and one will do the work. You just have to be smart about it as a program manager. However, you talk about strategy. So you want to develop product strategy for your product. So you need to keep all these things in mind when making all these kind of decisions. So know what works at one point in time and what doesn't. And make sure that not because of you know these techniques exist and you know how to use them, then you use them recklessly. So that will not go really well for your product. So it's important that you're smart about it and you do it very well. Again, there are a lot of other prioritization techniques that are out there. Although we could not fit them all in this slide. We have the relative weighted method, and then we have which other there are different kinds of prioritization techniques that are out there. we have the story mapping technique, and then we have the two times two repetition technique. So there are others, but these four they are very really really popular among project managers, and um, I think these are things ones I should know for now. Maybe at some free time you can go ahead and read. Maybe when you take more courses in the future, you could learn more about other precision techniques. So that is sorry for me, you raise your hand.
Yes, I'm sorry to cut you, but I just have a quick question. So I understand Moscow and like the abbreviation and then the others, but Kano method, I don't see how, like why is it Kano? Because I'm seeing the lighters, performance and all, but there's nothing that points to Kano. So I'm just curious, why Kano method?
Yeah, very important. I mean, because kind of all method. I honestly don't know why it is what kind. I think it's because of the graph or that there's a graph you map out when for the Kano method. You how will I explain it? So it's also a matrix graph, but then again, there are these curves around it. I don't know if I will share um where is if that tab's open. Yeah, I think the resources are in the slide. I think if you go through it, you see the graph of the Kano method, and then I think that would probably be a good reason why it is called Kano method. But Kano method, it does not it's not not an acronym for anything. Is not it's just Kano. I don't like Kano. I mean, I, I just can't give a full example of why it can, but that's what it is called. So, yeah, just know that for Canon method is this customer facing, and we have three, mostly under three groups, which are the lighters, performance features, and mandatory features. Just keep that in mind. Why it's Canon, maybe I should do it in an assignment so I can read your ideas. Maybe I'll do that. But
Oh
okay, I
my god,
think
please don't make everybody hate me, Mr. Mali.
okay. All right, okay, no problem. I already have an assignment here. So okay. Yeah, assignment. So out of all the frameworks we discussed, pick your favorite precision method or framework, and the number that this was explain why you prefer it to the next. So that assignment, I finished marking the previous assignment, and I noticed nobody got 15 over 15. I don't know why, but quite a number of people got 14 over 15. Um, you guys really did well. I said I will not give anybody below 10 in the assignment. But then again, I saw someone that submitted and the person gave me 4 lines of a word, just a sentence or something. I was following. Okay, not bad. 4 lines for effort. I gave the person 4 marks too. Because I mean, why not? So that was really sad. And then someone else answered. I didn't have the person just did it. Answered. I didn't know. I've forgotten how the person answered it, but you know the answer it completely. And again, the person is score. So that's the only two people that went below 4. Someone did not submit the right link, so and there was no score for the person. Then the rest, majority of everyone got 10. Then another was majority. Then and that was 13. Not many people got 13. People got 14, then 11, then 12. So among that 10 to 14, 12 was the lowest. So more of 10, 13, and 14. You guys really did well. I think I was looking for someone to maybe just uh, blow my mind if I give the person 15. But 14, if you go 14, you know that you're likely to get maybe so I've gotten 15, but I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get excited within your distance. So that's why maybe I settled for 14. But if you do 14, it's a 15 over 15 score on the normal. So that is that in this, and then if you got 10 you did bare minimum plus extra. So please again, and most of this thing is how you presented it. Some people when they're answering, the answer for something they will bolding it, then write small this thing. Then I number is very very well, and it's interesting. I think that was what really make many so many differences. That's why people got 13 and 14, and even for someone that got 10 and someone that got 13, probably was the same thing, but the way you presented it did not impress me. Like settle for 10 or 11, but that will not be the case. People some people probably someone that got 11. So again, you need to know how to present stuff to make sure that someone that is reading it have a good time reading your assignment and enjoy reading it. But you guys really did well. And again, 10 is a very good score. So you wrote well. If you got, I just didn't dash it out. You wrote well, just that um, I just wanted you to do more. So just improve. 11, 12, 13 guys did well. Those some people that got 11 guys don't do. Again, some people that now wrote too much, putting too much. I saw someone that that put a an image. Let's put one image. And that person got 14. And that person was putting images everywhere. And it was like going to third, four pages. When it's even one page, we even get to 14 or 15. And people that wrote one page and got 14, people that wrote two pages and got 14. Again, it depends on how you present it and how you make it make sense. And then the person was right, was putting figures and was putting pictures, and I was like, I was very sure when I said no less than 100, no more than 150. Okay, take a level mark. So again, you need to be very, very careful with how you present some essay works. And then yeah, I remember the person that got it posted submitted an image. It was not in a document format, it was an image. And again, this comes with presentation. Probably the person did it themselves and whatnot, but it kind of made me think about a lot of things. And I was like, did the person just screenshot a page of something and posted it on one or what? Like, what were they thinking? And although yeah, what they wrote made sense, but a lot of I was not very very confident that the ones that wrote this thing by themselves. So I settled for it. That was what the other person is. If it was put in a document format, probably giving you 10, but again, how you submit it, you don't submit image when you be submitting a Google form, Google Docs or form or PDF before. So again, know how to guide what brought that person to it, and the person that gave me four lines, I gave a person four. That is people that got single digits. These two people that got single digits scores. The rest were 10 and above. So you guys did well with with the assignment. I'm hoping that with this one too, you guys will should do very well. Again, just structure your score. I want whatever the score is. I want a lot of. Why I'm saying this now is so that I want when I'm marking it, everybody will be getting 10 over 10 or 15 or 15 or 20. And the bonus, if you give four, I don't know. I don't know when the scores will be ready. I think they'll share it to guys. I'm not going in charge of it. If you give me one or two lines again or three or four lines, I'll personally meet the organizer and tell them to edit you. I'll do it myself because I'm not going to finish teaching and someone will come and submit whatever they like. So make sure that when what you are going to submit, make sure that you do it very well. You arrange it. You do it in a presentable way. It's not that you wear something light or something big. Again, people that wrote one page got 14 over 15. You just how you present it. Both the ones that are supposed to put. Why is it the place that does not need too much explanation? Two or three lines or one line explanation is good enough. You go to number two, you give a small explanation of what it is. You go there, you number very, very well. And places where maybe number three, they have ABC. You know right under it, you get A, give the answer, B, give the answer. No, you start or you maybe you put hyphen and then give notes important things you want to note in that particular number. So these are things that are very important when you're writing essay. People that are complaining about scores. So again, I'm not in charge of um I'm not in charge of. I'm not in charge of releasing yeah, I think it will be ready. I finished marking it today, so I think they should release it today or tomorrow. I'm just like trying to fit today, so just kind of just I finished it earlier today, so so it's nothing to worry about. You get your scores, your scores. So that is the so this one again. Assignment is from I might say from all the four we talk out of all the film we discussed above, make you someone know and bring another technique they've learned from somewhere else and submit to me. I probably give you zero. So this is very, very clear. Out of all the frameworks discussed above, pick your favorite prioritization method and in not more than 200 words. Don't please again this one. I appreciate people that put that I appreciate some people that posted pictures before. Okay, you can post a graph, maybe the effort impact matrix. You can post a graph, it's going to help, it's going to help your score. For the Kano method, if it's your best, if you put the distance to, I think it's going to help you. I think there are only two that require graph. For rice method, if you do a calculation, I think it might boost your mark, it might not. It just depends on how you're able to do it. If you do it clean and simple, good. If someone that does not even do it but explains that this thing very well can get full mark too. So again, it depends on how you do it, how you present it. So I don't think most school has an image that needs to be posted or whatever the case may be. So yeah, this guy is the assignment for the week. Out of all the four we talked about, pick your favorite and then explain why you chose it. Again, if you're picking your favorite, explain what it is. If you're picking Moscow, explain the Moscow method and then tell us why you like it. No, you choose Moscow and say I like Moscow or something. You might probably get 9 over a 15 or 8 over 15. So explain it and then in fact, you telling what to think about Moscow method is even more important than telling why you like it. So just explain Moscow method, then give me a brief why you like it, give this love why you like it. Maybe um 10 lines, 10 lines or more of why you like each prioritization technique. I think it should go a long way. 10 lines or less safe. 10 lines is not a threshold. You can go less, you can go more, but explain it. Let me be happy reading it and let me know your understanding of why you think it's the best. So that is that will help boost your score. So that is it about today's topic. So go start learning. We have the resources there. Go through them and um, keep practicing. And then I wish you guys all the best. Yeah. So any questions? Any questions from me? Okay. No. We have another
I have
class
a
tomorrow.
question for the program itself.
You have a
So I don't
question?
know if the people that are running it and the moderators are here. But like a lot of us are resuming school soon and we'll be having like exams. I wanted to know if like the program would help accommodate us in the meantime.
Yeah, that is a good that is a good concern. Um, I can't see everyone in this call, so I'll bring it up to the mentees manager and let them know about the concern. Uh, and then let me check if any of them is there. Um, the mentorship team is here. I don't know if the person is around. But don't worry, I'll bring it to their attention. We have another class tomorrow, so I don't know if he's learning everything to learn tomorrow. So tomorrow will be question and answer. Let's leave question and answer for tomorrow. So any questions you have so far, everything we learned, go and read everything I've taught you so far. And if you're having difficulties in any parts, please bring it up tomorrow. From what I've taught you now, so bring it up tomorrow. Let us talk about it. So it will probably be a short interactive session. So yeah, I think that's the end of today's class. Wish you guys all the best and see you tomorrow. Bye. Welcome, Laura. Welcome, guys.